here feels that there is more change, instability, and uncertainty now than there was 5 years ago? And it's almost a unanimous hands up in the air. And then I follow with, it's like, isn't it incredible that 5 years ago we faced a once in a generation massive societal change with a pandemic that just completely overturned how we approach our lives? And somehow now there's even more that we're sort of facing, um, both, from a technological perspective, which I think is like a really big one, but also when you look at, of course, those political elements, global economic shifts, geopolitical shifts and changes. It's fascinating, like how much we're holding right now, and that there's, like, how do you approach this as a leader, as a leadership team, as an individual, just trying to make sense of all of this. And really, what I'm hearing from you is that there's no sort of secret way, there's no prescribed approach. It's really focusing on these foundational practices that support you and really reminding yourself around, how am I taking care of myself right now? Checking in. And it's interesting, like it's a very sort of mindful approach. On one side, with mindfulness, there's one translation of it is just simply to remember what matters most right now in this moment. And so it's almost like checking in as, am I focusing on what matters most right now? And we have to sort of take care of ourselves before we can take care of others or organization, and all of that. But then also at this time of complexity, it's, where is our focus right now? And are there things that we can do to reprioritize, restructure? And that's a continuous practice. It's almost like now, when there's just so many more of these layers that we have to hold on, that we have to grasp, new digital platforms, new regulatory changes in our organization, changes in our lives. We have to always sort of refresh, what are we holding in our minds at any given moment? So it's really interesting sort of modeling that as a leader yourself. It seems to be one of the most effective ways to sort of bring it forward into your teams.
My career journey pivoted from previously various senior level positions into my tenure and journey as CEO on Jan 1, 2019. That was when I officially became a CEO. 6 years with my previous organization, and then now this year joining a new one. And when I think about the time that I've been in that very fortunate and privileged leadership position of CEO, I really had 1 year, it feels like, that would be described as a sense of normalcy almost. And since 2020, it's been one thing back to back after another. The pandemic kicked off a series of major macroeconomic shifts, major geopolitical issues, major social cause and social impact issues, and then of course that's just parlayed directly into, with the advancement of AI, massive technological shift. And so it's about a mindset understanding now that like the rapid pace of change is just it is the new world order. It is the new norm. You have to now begin to think about how you're going to manage and operate your life in a world in which it's just going to be almost constant chaos. And I think the moment you can get yourself comfortable in the frame of mind that it's going to be perpetual change, and start to build systems and processes around how you manage and take care of your own mental and physical well-being, and the way that your team is going to handle the change in course, the more quickly you'll fall into and adapt to operating in a manner that is sustainable and is equipped and capable of handling constant change.